Good morning. My name is Beverly Ferrara, and I'm the European representative at the Water Council. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak today. And even though it's not in person and I can't actually see anyone, nevertheless, I'm pleased that for the first time in this role, the audience is from Northern Ireland. Just so you have a better idea of where I'm coming from, let me share a bit about where I've been. Well, in short, I've worked in international marketing and trade and investment in the UK, the Middle East, and the United States. I'm not a water managed specialist. In fact, I kind of fell into water when I found myself working in economic development in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was while there, and I was co-author in the region's inward investment strategy, a key element of our plan was to leverage the city's water story. And not only has Milwaukee been blessed with an abundance of water, it has the highest concentration of water-related companies in the US. The region's water industry is a $15 billion market, and more than 280 water companies have operations here, ranging from startups to global players like A.O. Smith, Kohler, and Badger Meter. Milwaukee has the only School of Freshwater Sciences and is one of only 2 cities in the United Nations Compact Cities program that's focused on the full cycle of water. My client, the Water Council, is the organisation that knits the region's water cluster together. It's a globally connected centre for advancing water technologies and stewardship through research, innovation programmes, building the talent pipeline, and driving economic development. You can think of its role, it's a bit like an Invest NI focused on water. And although it started as a Midwestern US hub, over the last decade it has evolved into a globally connected membership organisation with several international partnerships, including in Europe, Israel, Singapore, and China. I'm the bridge between the Water Council and its partners in Europe, which is why I'm based in Northern Ireland and here today talking to you. The reason why I'm in this role is because within our European network, there's a pool of about 500 companies interested in the US, either to invest or find customers or make business or technology partnerships. And I'm here to help make those connections happen. So I speak regularly with my counterparts in Spain, Netherlands, Germany, and the UK. We share ideas, collaborate on projects, and most importantly, help our member companies explore opportunities in each other's markets. For example, this quarter, I'm taking a small group of Wisconsin companies on a series of market visits to Europe. The first in a few weeks will be to the Water Campus, which is the meeting point of the Dutch water technology sector. Co-hosted by our partners, the Water Alliance, this online event is an opportunity for Wisconsin companies to quickly and easily learn about a new region and make those initial connections with their European counterparts. This photograph here is a picture of the beautiful WETSIS building. It's the Research Institute and a Centre of Excellence for scientists and companies from all over Europe. Then coming the other way, many of the European companies that I work with are SMEs, and they're looking for, in the main, a low-risk entry into the US. It's a huge market, as you know, and it's easy to feel lost. So knowing who to go to and where can make all the difference. And just as a side note, everyone has heard of the East Coast and the West Coast. So in the hopes of expanding awareness of where its location is next to the Great Lakes, Milwaukee has been branding itself as the Fresh Coast. But let me give you a couple of recent examples of real-world successes. When one of our overseas member companies, Spain-based Sigma, was looking to expand into the US, their preferred route to market was through a joint venture. So by leveraging its network, the Water Council brokered a partnership between Sigma and Clearwater Industries of Wisconsin. And this has resulted in clear gains for both parties, including new product offerings, expansion into new markets, and a value proposition greater than the sum of its parts. Of course, like dating, finding the perfect match can take a bit of time. After a false start, this matchmaking process took a few rounds of in-person meetings between a couple of companies over the course of about 18 months. On the other hand, things can happen very quickly. Hydroloop, a startup from the Netherlands, has invented a brilliant domestic appliance that purifies 85% of household water before making it available for grey water purposes, such as doing your laundry or flushing the loos. In January this year, they had early and really quite overwhelming success in the United States with 1.8 million euro in pre-orders after winning the Computer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. And the company was suddenly faced with an urgent to-do list. They had to get the right US certifications and set up a legal entity. So owners Sabine and Art took advantage of the Oasis, that's it on the left here, which is a shared space at the Global Water Centre. And the team there helped put them in touch with the right people to address all of their issues. And that's where the real value of these organisations is, I think. It's connecting people. And much to my surprise, even in these COVID times, the Global Water Centre has had a German company move in, and a Spanish startup is exploring this soft landing option because at its most basic level, it provides a US address for very low cost, and they're using this time to get the foundational elements in place so that they're US business ready when travel restrictions ease again. You're likely here because you're thinking about or you're already marketing your products and services outside of Northern Ireland, and probably on this map. As part of my research, I was interested to learn that last year, Northern Ireland businesses exported £8.6 billion of goods and services, mainly to Europe and North America. And I know from my conversations with Sam Knox that the capabilities of Northern Ireland companies in the low carbon and water sectors are well respected internationally, which is really good news because demand for innovation is growing as the water sector faces increasing pressures from managing the impacts of climate change to issues of scarcity and safety. In the US alone, a market that provides some of the largest potential for growth, legacy pollution, aging infrastructure, and emerging contaminants are driving opportunities. The American Water Works Association estimates that $1 trillion in funding is required to upgrade the aging infrastructure and expand services to meet demand in the next 25 years. In Wisconsin, our Senator Tammy Baldwin secured $10 million each year for a new innovative water technology grant program to solve issues from lead in water to groundwater contamination. And this is just one market. There's lots of great opportunities for growth outside of Ireland. The statistics support it, and I've seen international development successes. I've been part of them. And while expanding into new markets can take some work, it can also pay dividends. So in summary, I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts. It makes sense to take advantage of organisations like InvestNI and the Water Council. They can help open new doors and accelerate new opportunities internationally. It's an easy way to go further and faster than perhaps you would on your own. While the programmes and services provided by development organisations are undoubtedly valuable tools to help you achieve your goals, they're mainly catalysts. So I would say the better prepared you are, the more value they provide. I think that the most effective progress takes place at a personal level, and even if it will be via screen for the next few months, because you never know where strategic dialogue might lead. And on that note, I look forward to talking with you to learn more about what you'd like to achieve and how we could potentially get there together. Thank you. And I'm happy to take any of your questions during the Q&A session.